Okay, guys, this is Venaloid again. This is a great clip here. We have an honest atheist that really states that um, evidence for the supernatural can't exist. Now, let's move on. Let's keep going here. Somebody sees lights flashing in the sky. This is his clip. They've never seen it. They don't understand what it is. They say, a UFO. The U stands for unidentified. So they say, I don't know what it is. It must be aliens from outer space visiting from another planet. Well, if you don't know what it is, that's where your conversation should stop. Okay, you know, this just demonstrates to me that atheists, even if Christ showed up to atheists in a physical form and slapped them in the face, they would not accept it. They wouldn't. Not what has to happen for somebody to accept Christ is their heart has to be changed. They have to be open to it. Right there, okay? There's a lot. Yes, there are some kooks and religious kooks as well as UFO kooks. What about Rendlesham Forest? That was an unidentified flying object. When it goes supersonic speed from stop to supersonic without any, and this there's eyewitnesses, documentation in today's world. Okay, today's right, and when there is many dozens of witnesses to Rendlesham Forest. And these are Air Force people that know our top military craft today. And they see these crafts going these speeds that our stuff can't go, and there are lights in the sky, like he's saying. Is it stupid for them to go, oh, for him to go, oh, that's just so stupid to dismiss it? It's the same thing, and I'm going to show here another clip that I like to demonstrate. Atheists, they don't really care. Most atheists don't care about the evidence. They really don't. Keep moving. You don't then say it must be anything. Okay? That's what argument from ignorance is. It can't be human, and it's under intelligent control. Rendlesham Forest, look it up.
Now, you could provide evidence that Jesus really did walk out of the tomb alive, but that would only prove the event. It would not prove that God was behind it, or really that anything magical was behind it, because again, that would be a form of argument from ignorance. In fact, I'm pretty sure that it's entirely impossible to prove anything supernatural, because anything you use to prove it would simply be a form of argument from ignorance, saying, we can't explain something unless we explain it with magic.
Boom! Thank you, Venaloid. That's absolutely true. Let's say you had Venaloid and all of his atheist buddies there. I think he goes to the University of Illinois. Right there at the tomb, the stone rolls away. They see an angel come down from heaven. They see Jesus walk out of the tomb, and he shows them the stigmata. He says, I'm alive, boys. Would they accept it? No. They would not. Unless their hearts changed, unless they had a different perspective on life. You could say, well, he's the next step in evolution. Or he's a space alien. Or it was all some trick, it was all some big magic trick, like, some Houdini or something like that, who just went into the tomb and he looked like he was dead. The swoon theory. There is always an out of explaining it. Look at the way people react. I've said this to TBS, and I'll say it to you, Venaloid, and to all you atheists out there. Look at the way people react to information they do. Presuppositions are a lot of why we accept the things we do. And that's why we have to examine those. Okay? Look at the way people reacted to 9/11. We have planes flying into the Twin Towers. We have video of that. We have so much evidence for that was done by Al-Qaeda terrorists. But 1/3 of the American population believe the Bush administration had a part in that. 1/3. The Apollo moon landings. Okay, documentation. 1/4 of the American population believe that was staged at a studio. 1/4. So just because you have evidence for something doesn't mean people will accept it, especially when they don't like the implications of what that evidence is. And especially for God, if God exists, that means you're accountable for your for your evil deeds that you do. You would have to answer to him. Now let's go here. Clear. I want to show you atheists. Something. This is near-death experience. I love listening to atheists that try to explain this away because it just demonstrates my point. And what the guy he was trying to refute, I guess ministry man or something like that, the near-death experience of people born blind. These people don't even dream with sight. They don't dream with sight. Watch here.
Whilst near-death experiences change lives, they've also given some individuals extraordinary experiences they would never have dreamt of. The most intriguing examples are of blind people becoming sighted for the first time. Vicky Naratu had been blind from birth.
I've never seen anything, no light, no shadows, no nothing. A lot of people ask if I see black. No, I do not see black. I do not see anything at all. And in my dreams, I don't see any visual impressions. It's just taste, touch, sound, and smell, but no visual impressions of anything.
In her early 20s, Vicky was involved in a serious car accident.
The next thing I recall, I was in Harborview Medical Center and looking down at everything that was happening. And it was frightening because I'm not accustomed to see things visually because
Another guy, Bradley Burroughs, born blind, can't see, doesn't see in his dreams, could see in his NDE. How do you explain that, atheists? There are millions of people that have had these near-death experiences. Millions. Now, they're not born blind, but they've had this, they've left their body, they can see their bodies. These people can see. Now, you can explain it a few ways. I've seen atheists say this. They're lying. They're lying. Really? They're lying? Okay, and I just dismiss that. When people say that, then other people say, well, what happened was when they were dying, the visual part of their brain turned on. Wow, what a miracle! I mean, all of a sudden, the visual part of their brain turns on when they're dying, and then they can see. That's miraculous. Isn't that a miracle? Talk about magical, Venaloid. Talk about magical, guys. And then the famous, well, we just don't know. We'll figure it out. So whenever some evidence points away from your atheistic naturalism, you just will pull that I don't know card out. We just don't know yet. We're going to figure it out. Fine. Just be honest and say if anything supernatural happens, it will be funny because when the atheists die and they're out of their body and they go to the light and they see God, will they be thinking, oh, this is a nice hallucination the whole time? Will they really be out of their bodies looking around going, wow, what a nice hallucination? And there's been atheists that have died and left their body, had the near-death experience. Millions of people have had this, and they are certain it is not a hallucination. It's not a dream. It's not drugs or anything. It was more real than this world. How do you explain that, please? And if you give me the lie or the miraculous explanation that their visual part of the brain just turns on magically, right? You use that word constantly, Venaloid. And then third, we just don't know. Then just be honest. Any supernatural explanation, you'll just say, I don't know. Anyway, God bless, and I look forward to your responses.